Welcome back to the channel. Well, as promised in a previous video, update video on the old Buick. This is your first time seeing my channel or a video on this Buick. This is a 2002 Buick LeSabre Custom. So the lower trim level, if you can call it that. It is a Buick, but it's not the Limited. So this has the cloth seats, all that good stuff. So still a nice car, but not the upper echelon of the Buick LeSabre for the early 2000s. So like I've said in previous videos, I've not had to do much to this car. When I got it, I put a new battery in it, new tires. That's about it. When I changed the oil, the filter had a date on it of October 2016. I changed the oil a few months ago. When I got it, the oil looked pretty good. But after, driving it a bit, it was time to change it. And since I got this car in December 2021, it had 40,113 miles on it. Let's see what it's got now. I've got 141 miles worth of fuel, but we have 46,764 miles. So for a car of this vintage, that's not too bad at all. It's essentially 20 years old. A little more than that, considering that it was manufactured in December 2001. So it's slightly older than 20 years. So as I promised in the update here, I did replace the front struts on it. I went back and forth with going with a quick strut or just getting some regular struts and reusing the springs. If I had it to do over again, in which I may do this at some point in the next year and a half, 2 years, whatever, just do the quick struts. But I went ahead, because I already had the spring compressors, the Widowmakers as they call them. So I already had those, so I just bought some KYB struts. And if I'm being 100% completely honest, I'm still chasing down a little squeak here and there, if you can hear it. That probably won't come through on video because it's not that bad, because it's very humid, very moist out here. But this right here is the factory GM strut that it rolled off of the assembly line with wherever they make Buicks at, or wherever they made Buicks at in 2002. I don't know if they still make them there. As you can see, a strut should not do this. When you compress it, normal strut, shock, whatever, should come back up. This one is not. Even though it only had 40,000 miles on it when I bought it, it was very, very much time to replace it, because I'm sure the seals are completely shot in this thing. And the other one that came with, for that matter. So besides that, I've honestly not had to do anything to this car. I do need to take it to have the tires rotated and balanced. Like I said, when I first got it, I had to put a new battery in it, of course, because it had been sitting for so many years. That battery was completely dead. And the tires that were on it, I could have probably made them work, but they had been sitting also for 4 or 5 years or so. So they were extremely flat spotted on the bottom. When I brought this thing home, it was a very harrowing ride on the interstate. But it's been a great car. It's gotten me through, and still getting me through, and will get me through the gas crisis that we're dealing with here with, almost $5 a gallon gas, even though it is starting to come down ever so slightly, even though when I see gas for $4 even a gallon, to say that is a good deal sounds absolutely asinine, and it is. For a good knock around town car, daily driver to work, to save miles on my truck, the 2019 Frontier, and for that matter, the Toyota Highlander. This, I have said before, is a blessing. This car is probably the pinnacle of American reliability. It has been called the American Toyota Camry, and of course, GM being GM, after they got rid of the 3800 V6, it just all went downhill from there. So, and it is what it is. This is the last truly reliable American car that there was, in my opinion. I still see many of these on the road today. Some in much worse condition than this one. Some in the same condition. But it could be said, I do need to wash it. They're still doing road construction down the road from me here. It probably will be for the next 3 or 4 months. So, it's gonna have this stuff under here, mud and whatnot. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more. Content-wise, it's kind of a boring car. Gets me back and forth to work. It's 26 miles a gallon or so. Better than the 15 that thing gets. Not a hybrid level, but better. Even better than the Highlander with the V6. But it's a great car. It's a comfortable car. Thanks for watching. We're gonna go kayaking in the morning. And stay tuned for more.